was 70 degrees. The dew point was 30, making the relative humidity 22%. Winds were south at 6 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.06 inches and falling. At Pryor Field near Decatur, skies were sunny. The temperature was 71 degrees. The dew point was 40, making the relative humidity 32%. Winds were south at 10 miles an hour. The pressure was 30.05 inches and falling. Elsewhere across the area, from west to east: Muscle Shoals, sunny and 74. Vinemont, sunny and 70. Fayetteville, sunny and 70. Albertville, clear and 70. Winchester, sunny and 68. Fort Payne, sunny and 69. Once again, at 5 p.m. At Huntsville International Airport, sunny and 72. At Pryor Field near Decatur, sunny and 71. Regional weather conditions at 5 p.m. Skies ranged from clear to partly cloudy. It was 71 at Chattanooga, 73 at Memphis, 71 at Nashville, and 73 at Atlanta. Birmingham reported 76, Tupelo reported 73, and Knoxville reported 66. Now here is the local forecast for the north central Alabama listening area. Tonight, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 50s. South winds around 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, partly cloudy with a slight chance of showers in the morning, then mostly sunny in the afternoon. Highs in the lower 70s. West winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rain 20%. Tuesday night, clear. Lows in the lower 40s. West winds around 10 miles per hour in the evening, becoming light and variable. Wednesday, sunny. Highs in the upper 60s. Northwest winds around 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 40s. Light and variable winds. Thursday, sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. Thursday night and Friday, partly cloudy. Lows in the mid-40s. Highs in the lower 70s. Friday night and Saturday, mostly cloudy. Lows in the lower 50s. Highs in the lower 70s. Saturday night and Sunday, mostly cloudy with a chance of showers. Lows in the mid-50s.
I know they did spend a lot of family time together. I know they had a boat. They spent time out on the river and things like that. I knew he was a pilot.
Ran in the family as the Andersons' eldest daughter, Lainey, graduated from Auburn University School of Aviation. She then became an instructor at Sanders Aviation in Jasper. The Andersons' youngest daughter, Ellie, was a senior at Huntsville High School this year. In a statement, the school shared its condolences for the tragic loss. It also says counselors will be available for students and staff members to talk. The Andersons will be missed by many, and the community is gathering around them. A prayer vigil for the Andersons is set for 6:30 Wednesday evening at Milton Frank Stadium in Huntsville. Logan Alexander Russell, Fox 54 News.
Yeah, Logan, you had an opportunity to go into the community where the family lived, and you talk with the neighbor, as we see here. An overall tragedy as we're seeing unfold, but you seem to see a connection between the neighbor and the family as we continue to learn more about them.
Yeah, so the neighbor was telling me that the Andersons were always hosting, whether it be a gathering, a pool party, they always were engaging with the community, and they also fostered dogs. So sometimes the neighbor would be outside with their little dog, and they would see the Andersons walking the dogs that they fostered as well.
Wow. And I know that the family has quite a legacy. You mentioned I believe it's the wife and the mother who was a big part of that fostering of animals, the surviving member of the family.
Yes, very much so. And, you know, the daughters were also very, very involved as well with fostering the dogs and walking them around the neighborhood with their dad. So, I mean, it was, whatever they were doing, they were always doing it together is what they said, yeah.
Yeah, I know the eldest daughter, she got her degree in piloting, and the daughter at the high school, she also was a part of the cheer team, just overall involved in the community, the family.
Yes, very much so. And like I said earlier, you know, they were always, whether it be a pool party or whatever, they were always doing something with the community. So, I mean, the community is going to miss them. And the neighbor says if, you know, Ms. Anderson needs anything at all, to lean on her community.
Yeah, certainly the community will give their support and she's going to need it. Thank you so much, Logan. All right, we're going to take a look at weather. This is a live look from Rainbow Mountain out in Madison, and you can see the sun setting more and more beautiful, I might add. It's almost like a what do you call it, a transition of color. Ombre effect is what I'm trying to say. You can see the blue going into the yellow, just so picturesque. We love to see it. Let's bring in Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. How's the rest of this evening?
Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful evening across the Tennessee Valley. Temperatures currently sitting in the mid and upper 60s. Take note of that if you're going to be going out over the next couple of hours. 66 right now in Huntsville, 68 in Coleman, 66 in Fayetteville. We're sitting at 67 degrees right now in Albertville. We are going to see these numbers fall off into the upper 50s here over the next hour or so. 58 degrees by 8, 56 by 9, 55 degrees by the time we get to 10 p.m. For the next several hours, maintaining the mostly clear sky, but then we're also talking about a cold front back off to the west. Now, that cold front really looks somewhat unassuming for the time being, but our winds are going to begin to shift a little bit as we head into the later part of the evening and then especially as we get into the overnight. So we're going to begin to see some cloud cover and a little bit of shower activity develop out ahead of this cold front. Some of that activity is going to begin to push its way into our neck of the woods as we head into the earliest hours of your Tuesday morning. On the back side of this cold front is kind of a reinforcing shot of cool air. We'll talk about it in just a few minutes.
Tonight, we've learned an 8-year-old boy has died after an ATV accident in Union Grove. According to the Marshall County Coroner's Office, the accident happened yesterday when the 8-year-old was seriously hurt after being thrown from an ATV off Rescue Road. He was taken by ambulance to Huntsville Hospital and later airlifted to Children's Hospital in Birmingham, where he passed away today. Marshall County Sheriff's Office and the Marshall County Coroner's Office are investigating. The Montgomery Police Department provided an update on the deadly mass shooting from earlier this month. During a press conference today, Montgomery Police Chief Jim Grayboys revealed one of the accused shooters, Javon Whiting, has since been released on bond. He also revealed the department is looking through more than 150 cameras, but Grayboys say they are looking over all of the evidence.
We are going to do everything we can to keep investigating this case. Our hearts are with their families and their friends and their loved ones as they mourn. We will continue to pursue justice until every person involved is either, whether they were involved directly or indirectly, they will be held accountable.
Governor Kay Ivey released a statement condemning Whiting being released on bail. She says, quote, next May, all Alabama voters will have a chance to end mandatory bail for those suspected of attempted murder by voting to expand Aniah's law. I will not forget today's troubling news when casting my vote, and quote, 2 people died and 12 more were injured during the shooting on October 4th. So far, 4 people have been charged and arrested. A man is behind bars after he's accused of leading authorities on a chase and crashing into several police cars. According to Huntsville police, the chase started when officers tried to stop a car near the intersection of University Drive and Jordan Lane. This was 3 p.m. yesterday. Authorities say the driver didn't stop and led police through the city. During that chase, the suspect, pictured here, Jeffrey Hosh II, damaged 5 patrol cars after HPD installed a roadblock, authorities say. The chase ended near Arctic Street and Poplar Avenue. Hosh charged with criminal mischief, reckless endangerment, leaving the scene of an accident, among other charges. The cause of a fire that burned through a property near Boaz remains under investigation. Here's video of that billowing smoke seen miles away. Fox 54 spoke with Fire Chief Tyler Ross, who says the tire fire started Friday afternoon. Crews from multiple departments, including the Aroni Volunteer Fire Department, Sardis, Boaz, and the Alabama Forestry Commission, all helped to contain the fire. Ross says the fire produced so much smoke he could see it from his home.
You know, there was debris landing in my kid's hair while she was out playing 2 miles away in the yard, you know, so but you know, we would like to see it either get cleaned up properly.
The fire broke out on land owned by Ricky Burns, who says it's not the first time there's been a tire fire on his property. He says another fire broke out in 2002. The Coleman County Sheriff's Office is organizing a public safety and awareness training to help you increase your chances of survival. Sheriff's Office says the training comes thanks in part to a recent surge in violence nationwide. This free event, open to everyone, and will teach you to recognize danger and respond effectively in violent or threatening situations. The event is tomorrow at the Temple Baptist Church on Highway 157 from 6 to 8 p.m. Millions of internet users were left in the dark this morning with popular websites and services unavailable. The outage was caused by an issue with Amazon Web Services, or AWS. Banks, airlines, media, delivery apps, and more were impacted for several hours before the problem was thought to be fixed. However, other issues have persisted. Michael Yoshida has more.
An internet outage impacting millions of users across the world.
We've designed everything to work with this constant connectivity. And when you pull that big plug, everything basically becomes dumb.
The all-important plug that was pulled Monday, Amazon Web Services, or AWS. The internet-based cloud service hosts many of the world's most used online services, connecting businesses to people using their apps and online platforms.
AWS sits in the middle of everything. It is, all of these companies, they all have offloaded their web services, their cloud-based services to AWS, which is great because it's more affordable. It's also more scalable than they could do on their own. So that sounds great, except when it fails.
Monday, banking apps like Venmo, online video games, including Fortnite, social media platforms such as Snapchat, along with Amazon-linked smart devices and homes, all affected. Disney Plus and Hulu reported outages too, while Delta and United Airlines were also impacted. In 2024, AWS accounted for 37% of the global cloud market share, according to market research firm Gartner.
Part of the problem is the more consolidation we have and the fewer sort of competing web services we have, the more of a problem this is going to be. When you can have something that's seemingly so small or so localized, have such a cascading and global impact.
In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
Jury selection underway for the trial of a circuit court judge in Lauderdale County facing felony charges. Fox 54's Gabe Glassman with details from the Lauderdale County Courthouse. Also coming up, students at Madison County High School taking education to new heights in a new virtual reality program. We'll tell you all about it in just a few. A Lauderdale County Circuit Court judge who faces multiple charges stemming from a 2023 investigation appeared in court this morning for the start of jury selection. It's ahead of his trial set to begin. Fox 54's Gabe Glassman joins us now from outside the Lauderdale County Courthouse. And Gabe, what did that process look like?
Well, Kenesha, the jury selection process for a case involving Lauderdale County Circuit Court Judge Gil Self started today. One of his attorneys, J. Mark White, tells me that process will be continuing throughout the week. In a statement, White says, quote, The jury selection started today and will continue through Friday. Judge Jolly, the circuit clerk, and her staff have done an excellent job of organizing a complicated process. We appreciate their effort, end quote. Gill Self is facing 18 charges in total for reportedly using his office for personal gain or the gain of a family member and lying under oath. The case stems from actions from April 2020 to February 2023. Self is accused of taking nearly $150,000 from the presiding judge's judicial administration fund and the law library fund. Kenesha, if Self is convicted, he could be facing serious prison time. Live from the Lauderdale County Courthouse, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.
Thank you, Gabe. This trial is proceeding after several efforts to come to a plea agreement failed. We'll keep you updated as this story develops. Tomorrow launches a tradition of nearly 6 decades of Special Olympics in Madison County. We'll tell you more about it up ahead. And Jordan will certainly want to know the forecast for that. But will tonight remain to be cool and quiet?
For the most part, yes, we are going to be cool and quiet. But there is a small opportunity for a little bit of rain. We'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes.
Students at Madison County High School are stepping into the future with a new hands-on program in virtual reality. This year, the school is offering a 2-semester K-Tech VR Academy course, giving students practical experience in programming, 3D modeling, and immersive environment design, all while earning college credit. The free program is a partnership between the Madison County School System and K-Tech, a part of the Kids to Love Foundation in Madison. It's with the goal of preparing students for careers in computer science, virtual reality, and other STEM fields.
The great thing about these students is what they're learning is actually earning them a computer science credential, and K-Tech is able to offer that through our partnership with Calhoun Community College. So these students are not only learning employable workforce skills today, but they're earning college credit while they're right here at Madison County High School.
The mission is to create career pathways that empower young people and open doors to high-demand, future-focused careers. You can find more information about the program on our website, fox54.com.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the Fox 54 Weather Impact Team.
Here's a live look from Governor's Drive. Very, very quiet there. A little bit of traffic streaming through here, but otherwise a beautiful backdrop, a sunset that we see coming in, and we're going to couple that with some nice, cool fall weather, which I enjoy.
It's kind of nice to get the really good shot of fall air, especially now that we're getting into, the last week of October. Halloween's like a week and a half away. It should feel like this.
And normally when it's around Halloween, that's when we know the time will change. We'll set our clocks back.
Yes, I believe this year it's just a couple of days. I think it's the weekend right after because it'd be the following because Halloween's on a Friday this year.
It is.
I should know the date that the time is going to change. I thought maybe I had it in my head, but no. But to your point, though, the time is going to change, and before you know it, we'll be talking about the 4:30 and 5 o'clock sunsets.
Yeah, get ready for it.
Yeah, because whether we like it or not, that time is eventually going to come. We didn't have any severe weather across the Tennessee Valley over the weekend. Now, we knew going into the weekend that the chance for severe weather was going to be incredibly small, but I wanted to take this opportunity to remind you of the Tennessee Valley's secondary severe weather season. Now, we're all familiar with our spring severe weather season. That is the months of March, April, and May, but then we kind of have this secondary severe weather season that is not normally near as intense as our spring severe weather season, but definitely worth a mention. And that secondary severe weather season is the month of November across the Tennessee Valley, where we get these really big, really impressive cold fronts to move into the Tennessee Valley that kind of drastically change our air mass. And when you have those incredibly large cold fronts that come in, you get that opportunity for strong and severe thunderstorms to develop across the area. So as we do get ready to close out the month of October and head into the early days of November, that's something we're going to be thinking about in the days and weeks ahead. No real opportunities for thunderstorms in the forecast, but we do have a little bit of rain. Maybe a rogue shower develops across the Tennessee Valley as we head into Tuesday morning. From there, we're going to be dry Wednesday through Saturday, but then other showers develop across the area as we head into Sunday and Monday of next week. The rain we might get tonight is going to be associated with a cold front back off to the west, kind of a reinforcing cold front. The cold front that moved through yesterday off to the east, out in the Atlantic Ocean, but now we're talking about this system back off to the west, and it's a relatively small system, really not a lot of activity associated with it right now, but winds are going to begin to change, become more southerly over the next couple of hours, so some cloud cover and a little bit of rain is going to begin to develop out ahead of that cold front, some of which could move into our neck of the woods as we head into the overnight through the earliest hours of Tuesday morning. If we do get a little bit of rain, I think it would probably come between the hours of, say 4 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, temperatures drop into the upper 40s and lower 50s tonight. We're going to be a little bit warmer tonight compared to what we saw last night early this morning, but then we are going to see some cooler mornings Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, consistently starting the day somewhere in the low and mid 40s. We do see those low temperatures climb by the time we get to the weekend. Now, in case you're curious, the average first freeze across the Tennessee Valley any day now, up across southern Middle Tennessee and far northeast Alabama. The rest of us typically wait until we get to the final days of October, or even as we head into the early days of November. It's been a while since we've been below freezing. We have not seen a temperature less than 32 degrees since March 21st. When the kids get on the school bus tomorrow morning, when you head out the door for work, 54, 55, 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning, 60 by 9, 63 degrees by the time we get to 10 a.m. A morning shower is going to be possible. Otherwise, temperatures climb into the mid-70s with a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. Got a high temperature right around 73 degrees. Have a good look at the next 7 days. 73 on Tuesday, 69 Wednesday, a little bit cooler on Wednesday behind that second cold front. 72, 74, 75 Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 70 degrees on Sunday, 72 next Monday, and then we are talking about some scattered showers next Sunday and Monday.
The 56th Special Olympics of Madison County begins tomorrow, and the Madison County Track and Field Games gives athletes a chance to participate in one of 13 sports, something they may not get as easily in school. Athletes include students from Madison City Schools, Madison County Schools, adults in the community, residents of group homes, and homeschooled students. Fox 54's very own Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman also serving as the Master of Ceremonies. The games are at Milton Frank Stadium, and they kick off with a torch lighting ceremony at 9:30 in the morning. Winners will advance to the state games. The American Red Cross is teaming up with Alabama State University and Alabama A&M University for blood drive battles ahead of the Magic City Classic. Alabama State had its blood drive today, and Alabama A&M is hosting its own tomorrow. The drive will be held at the Health and Wellness Center gym from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Everyone is welcome to donate. Successful donors will receive one ticket to the 2025 Magic City Classic game held in Birmingham.
The Alabama Crimson Tide, they've got one more road trip before that much-needed bye week. We'll talk to Coach Kalen DeBoer about the South Carolina Gamecocks next.
Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
The Alabama Crimson Tide are riding a 6-game win streak, and with a recent victory over Tennessee, Kalen DeBoer has his team in perfect position to not only make a run for an SEC title, but also grab a spot in this year's college football playoff. Alabama moving up to number 4 in the latest AP rankings following their home win against Tennessee. Now the Tide, they're set to hit the road once again as they take on the South Carolina Gamecocks. USC, they were one of the preseason favorites in the SEC, but they've already dropped 4 league games. Despite the 1-4 start, Coach DeBoer explained to us why his players can't overlook Shane Beamer's squad.
You know, we got to make sure that we understand, you know, how that we're going to be walking into an environment that will get on you in a hurry if you don't bring your best. And, you know, the preparation, again, just the investment of time and the investment of your energy throughout the week, leading to a confidence and an excitement to go out there and make plays and to be our best. You know, I still challenge the guys, and they believe it, that the world hasn't seen Bama's best yet. And, you know, that's really what we're striving to do.
All right, Saturday's game at Williams-Brice Stadium is set for 2:30 p.m. Hazel Green is looking for a new football coach. Fred Ferrier confirming that he is no longer the head man in Trojan land. Ferrier wrapping up his career with the Trojans with a 5-12 record that includes a 2-5 mark this season. All right, do not forget we have MLB baseball coming up tonight on Fox 54. But then after that, we've got your late local news, and that's when we'll talk about the Auburn Tigers. Kanisha.
Thank you, Mo. Coming up after the game, a circuit court judge in Lauderdale County on trial for reportedly using his office for personal gain. Fox 54's Gabe Glassman tells us more. A Montgomery mass shooting suspect now out on bond. It's just one update from the city's police department during a press conference earlier today. We'll fill you in on more. And then finally, a mysterious glow found inside our galaxy. Why scientists say they may have found an out-of-this-world discovery. That's coming up after the game on Fox 54. Before we let you go, pet owners in Lansing, Michigan got creative with their canines for the annual Halloween event. Just take a look. The event brings dogs through Lansing's Old Town Arts District, where store owners are waiting to provide treats and scratches to the pets. The Halloween event caps the number of dogs at 200 for safety, and dog owners have to pre-register. This year, the annual event saw rare guests like Max the cat and even a baby dressed up alongside their furry friend. I was taking a look at some of the costumes, or some of the, I guess you would say, vehicles, makeshift vehicles they were in. The tank there is very good. Yeah, that was cool. I love the creativity. Was that? I couldn't tell if that was Buzz Lightyear. The dog was Star Command. Star Command, yes. I couldn't tell, but